What would your game plan be here, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us are going to be talking about David Montgomery in this game. Probably one of the best matchups overall on this CFS slate. I mean, the Lions just cannot stop the run at all. David Montgomery should continue to be the workhorse in this lineup too, as well, playing almost every single snap for the Bears last week, handling 44% of their team's total touches. He is going to be getting the ball in this one, especially with Andy Dalton under center. So I would not be surprised, what his rushing yards come up at. Guessing maybe in the low 60s, maybe mid 60 range for him. That would be a number I'd be jumping on. I would actually play it up to about 70, 75 if that ended up being the case.
You're talking Montgomery right now?
Correct. Yep.
Montgomery's prop was one of the first things to open on DraftKings Sportsbook at 76.5.
76.5.
It's up, but that first game, that's how they controlled the game, the Bears against the Lions the first time around. Those 23 carries for 106 yards. Ooh. And I think they're going to go back to that. The Montgomery rushing yards, I think, is the obvious first prop that jumps out in this game.
Is there something available there you like right now, Jules, or are you going to wait and see what else pops up?
So I don't think it's going to get too high between now and the Thanksgiving kickoff, so you could wait. I don't mind. Again, the Montgomery's only had 200-yard games this season. Surprisingly, one was week 1 in LA against the Rams, and then the other was this one against Detroit. But he does have a couple of games of 20 carries. He had 16 against the Rams. I don't mind looking at maybe going with the rushing attempts over the yards, but again, against a bad rushing defense like Detroit, the yards should be there as well. I think both of them will be strong plays.
Is there a player you're probably going to pursue when it comes to a player prop?
Yeah, I mean, David Montgomery is the guy that I think all of us feel most comfortable with. When you look at, and I know Julian likes these stats, when you look at prop win percentage by category, you see rushing yards is the least, the one through weeks 1 through 10 that have hit the over, right? So the unders are definitely in play with those because we kind of overinflate, right, how we think the game script's going to go. Mm-hmm. Game script can completely change, and Montgomery, even though Montgomery, and we've seen guys like Najee Harris and these workhorse backs maybe not get there, A.J. Dillon, this one just screams that you want to be on David Montgomery. DeAndre Swift, I think, is the one guy, rushing and receiving. Wow, what's up?
What's going on?
Steve thought someone told a joke.
I liked his answer.
Okay.
Interesting.
I just think that rushing and receiving props are my favorite. Even though David Montgomery didn't get any in that last game, like no targets, no receptions, I think he's one. And then DeAndre Swift, I think just focus on these running backs because that's
I was going to say,
Swift,
with these quarterbacks, you got to be cautious with the receiving props.
Yeah,
right?
back-to-back 130 rushing yard games for Swift in very different ways. 14 carries against Cleveland, he gets there.
Yeah.
33 carries against Pittsburgh in the overtime tie, and he gets there.
He's definitely been a bright
You know what would be a
spot
prop
for
that I wish they would put up because I'd be interested in taking it? Neither quarterback to complete a pass. I'd take some action on that.
Really?
I'd think about it.
Interesting.
I'd think about it.